in my master's program, I did my thesis on the working life of teachers, especially at a time when many multicultures were coming into the classroom. But what I discovered is that the government took a very strong role in raising the Swedish people. They decided in the 60s that parents weren't capable of raising their children. The state needed to raise the children. And what they said was, we're giving women the opportunity to go back to work, which seemed like a good thing, like equality. But what it really did is it removed the parents' influence on the children to a certain extent, where the state runs schools, and even if they're private, they're getting their money from the state, so they have to follow those guidelines. That everyone was raised pretty uniformly. There are certain ways that things are done. There's certain ways that you don't do. There are you listen to authorities. You follow authorities. You really trained to just fall in line. Just fall in line and follow whatever authority says. You don't question it. You're actually shamed if you question. If you do something different, you get so many scouring looks from people. I know that because I came back as an adult and did things differently than the Swedes did. And I got so many looks like, who are you? Why are you doing things? And I have to just say, look, I may look Swedish, but I grew up in America and we do things differently. So this is something else that I think happened when a lot of the Middle Easterners and people from other countries came to Sweden as refugees. And you saw many, many different types of cultures, which started to shake up how, well, maybe for some people, how we see life, how you were programmed to see life to be. The thing that really hurts my heart is that this programming is so deep, I don't think you know who you are. It's so much about being what you're taught to be, following in line, just doing what a doctor says or what a politician says or what a sign says without questioning, without thinking for yourself, which I was very grateful that I questioned from the very beginning of this pandemic because I remembered my high school biology and I remembered certain things that were fundamental that were not making sense from what was coming over the media and what was coming from leaders. So I held my individuality, which is so cherished in the United States. And I think it's kind of hard for Swedes, and the Swedish media has really pushed down American individuality, saying we have so much violence and guns. But when you really look at the statistics per capita, there's more violence in Sweden than there is in the United States. And one of the big things that you lost was your faith, was your ability to believe in a higher being than yourself. Call it God, call it Source, call it the great white buffalo woman, whatever you want to call it. You've been really programmed to cut off that connection, which is cutting off the connection to your true self. So it's not just becoming dogmatic in a religion. It's about breathing into your heart and recognizing you are connected. You're connected to something bigger than yourself. And that which is bigger than yourself is yourself as well. It's defining yourself. Not Papa State. Not, what you were trained in school. It's really what comes from the inside. And how you reach that, how you connect with that, is connect with nature. Nature never lies. Nature never lies. People may, because they're confused and they're programmed themselves, but nature is directly connected to divine source, and nature never lies. So be brave enough to listen from your heart to the trees, to the sky, to the flowers, to the snow. Be brave enough to listen from your heart and ask from your heart the questions that you have. Ask to be guided to see things that you may not be seeing, to know what you need to know when you need to know it, so that you may truly live the life that was meant for you in your true beingness. I love my homeland here of Sweden. I love America as well, of what it's given to me. I love Mother Earth. And I do love you. And that's why I'm appealing to you to really pause, listen into your heart, connect with nature, and allow yourself to question. Allow yourself to be the indigenous person that lives with this earth, with the land. Let go of the electronics. Let go of the media. Let go of those things and connect into truth. Mother Nature never lies. This is my appeal because of my heart and my love to you. And if you want to write some comments below in Swedish or English, either one works. I made a video in Swedish as well, so you may listen to that, called Vem är du? Go forth in this day, meeting yourself and open to the blessings.